guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've been a little MIA recently. It's a lot of life stuff going on. I decided I was going to make our costumes this year for our first family Halloween costume, and I don't know why I haven't sewn since probably since home ec in middle school. I don't know. We'll see how these turn out, but I wanted to come on here to tell you, if you've read the title, that I have accidentally been following the wrong, I don't want to say Weight Watcher program, but the wrong settings in my app. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. I was so mad. And I'll tell you how I figured it out too, but I also wanted to go over a few things. I've been getting a lot of questions in my DMs on Instagram and on Facebook. So with Weight Watchers, whenever you sign up, it asks you, and again, I'm not affiliated, but in my experience, so they'll go through and they'll ask you different things: how active you are, what are your goals, your height, your weight, and all that stuff. So it gives you daily points. Those daily points are what you are to use in a day, and they want you to get what they call a blue dot. So I think it's minus 10 points or plus 5. So for instance, right now my points are 28, so I could eat anywhere from 18 to 33 points and still get my blue dot. And that is your healthy eating range. And then you have something called your weeklies. And your weeklies are, you can choose to use them, you could choose not to use them, you could use some of them, all of them. They're there for kind of like a buffer. So if you have like a dinner out planned, or if you want to have a little wiggle room throughout your day, they're there for you to use them. And then there's activity points, which this is where I get a little confused. I don't use my weeklies, so I really don't use my activity points, but if I'm not mistaken, and again, I could be wrong, but once you're done, once you use all your dailies, then you use your weekly points. Once you use your weeklies, then you could use your activity points. And I think I saw you can go into the app and you could use your activity, you could change the settings to use your activity before your weeklies. But anyway, those are all points that you have to use in that time frame, in that week, and still lose weight. So I hope that clears up some questions. It's kind of hard to explain in like a text or, a messenger back and forth. So I just want to explain that on here. And then I'm getting a lot of questions about like what I typically eat in a day. So just wanted to give a little rundown. So for breakfast, I usually during the week for work, I just run out the door. I have a protein bar, usually a banana, something I can grab and go. If I have time, I almost always have eggs, turkey bacon, and I'll either do it on, I use the Giant Eagle light multigrain English muffin. There are 2 points for each English muffin. Or, so I'll make like a little sandwich, or I just do scrambled eggs, turkey bacon, and, there's something, that might be it. For some reason, I'm thinking there's something else. Probably not. I don't know. I have hash browns I use sometime. There are like 2 points, I think, for a cup and a fourth. My turkey bacon is always 1 point per slice. And my eggs are 0, of course. So that's generally my breakfast. And then for snacks, I like to do a bunch of 0 point things. Not a bunch, but I'll do like a no sugar added applesauce. I do fruits, I do vegetables, a protein bar if that's not what I had for breakfast. So I always take things with me. If I get hungry throughout the day, I can just grab out of my lunch bag and not, go to the cafeteria or, stuff like that. So for lunch, for during the week for work, what I try to do is over the weekend, I'll find a recipe that I like and I'll do a crock pot meal. So it might be the chicken burrito bowl that I have on my Instagram. It might be chili. the other day I made this turkey, like ground turkey and sweet potato. It was kind of like I don't want to say a casserole. It was all like one skillet. It was so good. It had black beans. I did rotel. I just kind of found a couple recipes on Pinterest and then threw everything together that I thought I would like into one, and it turned out really good. So I tried to make a bulk meal on Sunday that I could take at least the first several days of work, and then that just takes a lot of extra time off of my hands, especially in the morning. Usually I pack my lunch the night before and I just grab and go. And then for dinner, I mean, the thing I want to stress about Weight Watchers is that it's not like you're on a special diet. You are literally eating whatever you want. You literally just modify it to fit your points, your lifestyle, and all that. So my husband is not doing Weight Watchers. So I tried to make dinner something that we both enjoy. So the other night we had burgers, and I had a bunch of points left over, so I had them on a regular bun. I had a regular piece of cheese. Like now, if I didn't have all the points, I would have just ate the burger without the bun. Like I tailor it to how many points I have left in a day. Tonight I had the leftover turkey casserole to finish that up. Last night, what did we have? We made tacos, and I used the Tamaro, the white wraps. I use that for, my taco shell for 1 point each. So I'm making regular dinner, but I'm tailoring it, my portion size or, my additive, whatever. I'm tailoring that to what I can have in the day. So, I keep it simple. I don't like to eat repeat meals like several days in a row, except if it's work, at work for lunch. It's just much simpler for me. Or, whatever I make for dinner, I usually make a little extra, and I'll make, as soon as it's done, I put a little bit in a dish to take for work the next day. But I'm not making additional lunches, if that makes sense. That's just so much easier for me, especially with a baby. So that's generally what I do in a day. And then at night, I always have I have my American Dream nut butter. I'm obsessed with it. I have it every night. So like tonight I cut up apple and banana and I drizzled some over top. Last night I had pretzels and I was using it as a dip. The day before I had it on a rice cake. That's my dessert every night, if you will. I love it. So that's pretty much what I eat in the day. If I'm craving a soda, I do a diet, either Dr. Pepper, the diet Dr. Pepper cream soda, what have you. I don't drink my points except for in the morning. Generally, I'll do the protein coffee with the Premier Protein for 2 points for the whole thing. But that's it. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking Diet Pop. I do not drink my points because I know I'm going to be hungry at the end of the day, and it's just going to make me mad. So, alright, so another thing I want to say is I actually hit Wonderland yesterday. My scale, I got on, and or I hit it actually on Saturday, and it said 199.8, and let me tell you, I have not been in the ones since, it's been about 5.5 years or so. It was the year I got married, and I was, dieting, and I was working out, and I got down to 198, and then I don't know what happened. I just fell off like I normally do, and when I got married, I was already back up to 211. So I hit it, and I am so excited. And for the first time in the 8 years that my husband and I have been together, I'm smaller than him, and it may only be by 0.4, but it doesn't matter because I'm actually smaller than him, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to him. Truly, it's just I think since we've been together, the fact that I was always bigger than him, it always subconsciously was on my mind. It always bothered me a little bit. I don't know why. It's not like he don't care. He's never made a comment about it, but in my head, I guess it always just played with me. Self-esteem, I guess. But I'm actually smaller. And a non-scale victory, I actually went into Target on Saturday, I think it was, and I was able to buy clothes from the regular section. I don't know the last time I was able to do that. And, you can't try anything on right now with COVID, but I have size 18 jeans right now, and they're getting like really loose, and they just fit a couple weeks ago. So I went and I bought 2 pairs. They had them on sale. I bought 2 pairs of size 16s, and I was nervous because I've not been able just to walk in and buy jeans and walk out. Like, I usually have to try them on, and then a bunch of different sizes. You know, girls, you know how jean sizes are. You could be, you know, 4 in one size and a 15 or 14 in the other. Like, it, brand sizing is crazy to me. But and then I was getting ready to walk out of the clothes, and I saw 2 shirts that I really liked, so I got them in a large, not an extra large, a large. And I came home, tried them on, and they fit great. And I almost cried. I was pretty excited. So that's my good news. So now, how I messed up my Weight Watchers setting. I'm an idiot. I don't know what happened. So when I signed up in the app, I don't know if I was just so excited, if I was just trying to get through it. I have no idea. But when I get to the breastfeeding part, all I saw were 2 options. It was either exclusively breastfeeding or not exclusively breastfeeding. Well, I pump the breast milk for my daughter. She won't latch. That's a different issue. She did initially when we were in the NICU with a breast shield, but she very quickly didn't even want that. Once we got home, she would just cry. She wouldn't even latch. So I do pump, so I don't breastfeed, and I sure as heck don't exclusively breastfeeding. So it was not this past Friday, and a couple days ago, but the Friday before, and I was on, it was late, like 11 o'clock at night, and I was on Facebook, and I joined the Weight Watcher Blue group on there. I don't know, I was added to it, but somebody had mentioned that they're not exclusively breastfeeding, and their weight had stalled. They hadn't gained any, but they had stalled. And somebody said, go into the app and switch from exclusively breastfeeding to not exclusively breastfeeding, and you'll get less points. You still get more than regular, but you should see a difference. And I was like, I only saw 2 options. Like, what are you talking about? So I go into my app, and then that's when I see the 3rd option for not breastfeeding. So there are 3 options. There is exclusively breastfeeding, not exclusively breastfeeding, and then not breastfeeding at all. And I don't know how I missed that. So I've been eating 41 points. Now, I didn't always eat that in a day, but thank gosh I did not want to use my weeklies, because I would have gained weight, first of all. So, and then I'm mad. Now I'm really mad because I kind of enjoyed having 41 points in a day. So I told my husband the next morning, I was like, I've been using the wrong settings on my Weight Watchers this whole time. I'm only supposed to have 29 points. And he's like, did you switch it yet? And I said, no, I didn't switch it yet. Our anniversary was on Sunday, and we were going to have an anniversary. We were going to do like a special dinner Saturday night. And I was like, no, I didn't switch it yet. We're eating good tonight. I need that buffer. And he laughed, and he's like, oh gosh. He's like, well, then why don't you just keep it? I said, no, I'm going to change it tomorrow. So on Sunday the 11th, it was our anniversary. I switched it down to 29, and I was so devastated. I was so mad all day, all weekend actually, and at myself. I was like, how do you not read that, first of all? And then I was like, I literally just lost 12 points overnight, and I'm so upset. And again, I don't know, I rarely used all 41 points, but it was just the fact that it wasn't there anymore. So thank goodness I did not use my weeklies. And then yesterday when I weighed in, I'd lost like 5 pounds over the past week, and it took me down another point. I'm down to 28, and I'm so sad. So, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to do this video last week and then do an update a week later. I decided for the whole week not to touch my weeklies. I wanted to see if I would actually lose more weight by not touching them. Everybody's different. You know, a lot of the forums and stuff I read, some people say that when they eat their weeklies, they lose more weight. Some people say when you eat their weeklies, they gain weight. I think it's just your body and what works best for you. But I lost 5 pounds this past week sticking to just my daily 29 points. And then again yesterday it dropped me down to 28. So, but moral of the story is you can eat your weeklies for the most part and still lose weight. But again, everybody's different. But I was so terrified to eat my weeklies. I'm not so much now. I'm going to try and stick to my just eating my dailies, but I'm still seething over it. It makes me laugh, but I don't know how I missed it. I learn from my mistakes. I make a lot of them. I'm not afraid to admit it. I will openly tell you my mistakes. I don't care. If you could learn from them so you don't have to make them yourself, great. Yeah, so that's how I've been on the wrong plan, but I have a couple of fun videos planned for you guys. Hopefully I can get one up this weekend. But if you guys have any questions, reach out. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, comment down below. Give me some ideas, things that you'd like to see, or have you ever made a mistake when, you know, doing Weight Watchers or whatever. But just let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys.